Asim Munir and Shehbaz Sharif, there hasn't been ever a democratic kind of a platform properly been given to the people of Pakistan. His jihadist kind of a mentality, and he has been basically a product of a madrasa. Jihad is not what Quran says. Jihad is what their Maulana says. Jihad is what Hafiz Said says. Masood Azhar says. Noor Khan base, where we hit with our BrahMos. DGMA of Pakistan started pleading to the DGMA of India to stop the war, was because that nuclear strategic command control base was basically, which we hit, was not of Pakistan but of America.
From the army chief to field marshal and then promoted to chief of defense forces. This is the story of Asim Munir, who is making progress in the torn and tattered country of Pakistan. And his promotions also raise a lot of questions whether these are a prompt surrender by the democratically elected government to the tyranny, to the powers of the army there. Why I say tyranny? Because history speaks for itself, and the way the Pakistani army has ruled and dominated the proceedings in the last 4 or 5 decades, it needs no introduction. Colonel Dinesh Nain joins us on the broadcast today. Colonel Nain, thank you so much for speaking to One India. You are a defense expert and a foreign affairs expert as well. My first question to you would be, sir, is this a cosmetic upgrade? Does this mean anything, first of all, making Asim Munir the chief of defense forces? Or is this an admission of the civilian government that they are powerless and army is supreme there?
You definitely see, since the beginning from 1947 onwards, if we look at from Ayub Khan onwards, Liaquat Ali onwards, till you can say Musharraf and Nawaz Sharif, whatever happened, and now recently with Asim Munir and Shehbaz Sharif, there hasn't been ever a democratic kind of a platform properly been given to the people of Pakistan. Because whenever the democratic parties, these people tried to strengthen themselves, army never tolerated it, Pakistan army, and they came up with overthrowing the civilian government and taking out the reins in their own hands. And that's what exactly is happening now.
Right.
See, on if we look back, the 27th and 26th and 27th amendments of Pakistan Constitution, that clearly defines now that not only till to date, but in coming future, Pakistan hardly can see that democratic kind of a platform,
right,
where people can be served through democracy.
Absolutely, Colonel Nain, I agree with you here. And as our header, the premise of this discussion is also saying that what does it mean for India? Now, there is no threat, from Asim Munir becoming either field marshal or, for that matter, chief of defense forces. Pakistan has always been 2 steps behind when it comes to, Indian military and Indian prowess and lots of things. But the question here is, if this kind of mentality, if this kind of person who many have quoted him as being shameless also to a certain extent, then being the history that Pakistani army has, given the fact that one of the former CIA operatives also mentioned that even the nuclear button was handed over to America during Pervez Musharraf's time. What does it mean for India? Do we need to be worried about this person at the helm of affairs in Pakistan? Are we going to see some sort of misbehavior or misadventure from that side again?
See, the only problem I think what we can have is the mentality of a person. He's jihadist kind of a mentality, and he's he has been basically a product of a madrasa, where he has been taught total Islamic foundation. And the sad part is that jihad is being considered by certain people as the tool to get some justice, and that jihad is not what Quran says. Jihad is what their Maulana says. Jihad is what Hafiz Said says, Masood Azhar says. And these people are basically trying to twist that Islam as per their own whims and fancies. Now, this
Right.
person has been a radical kind of a person, not from now, from very beginning. Ziaul Haq time onwards, he started rising into this organization. And the worst part is that we have seen his face recently during Operation Sindoor and in Markaze, Subhanallah, but Bhavalpur, where Jaish-e-Mohammed headquarters was taken over by
Yes.
the rebels and all. And then we saw even in Muridke that the people wearing uniform, very high-ranking people from rangers, from army, from police, and so much so that a red carpet was laid on the roads. Yani, I mean, they were given a green corridor for their janazas, you
Yes,
know,
yes, yes.
to go.
During
So that
Operation
was
Sindoor.
showing the total mentality of so-called Mullah Asim Munir, or not Field Marshal Asim Munir. And we can say this, that he is basically one of them. Now, where should we get worried? As far as the nuclear arsenal is concerned, as you rightly mentioned, one of this old CIA operative has very categorically said that he knows that this was the discussion in CIA, that the button of nukes of Pakistan is now being handled by some senior general in Pentagon.
In Pentagon,
And
yes.
and Noor Khan base, where we hit with our BrahMos and we struck with BrahMos over there. And within that night, when DGMA of Pakistan started pleading to the DGMA of India to stop the war, was because that nuclear strategic command control base was basically, which we hit, was not of Pakistan but of America.
Oh, is it?
So if that is what it is, that is why we saw that anti-radiation planes started flying American, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
boron was being
immediately.
brought from Egypt and all. Everything was going in that area, not only in that place but in Karana Hills and all that places. So what we can make out from this is that I mean there are some open sources which say that probably these nukes doesn't belong to Pakistan.
Pakistan.
These
No,
are
basically,
American assets kept for Central Asia and China as a nuke base, and
in
Pakistan been
Pakistan.
given this claim so that they can keep, you know, speaking left and right and trying to, make noise about it to gain some kind of false heroism that we have got nukes. As you know, Sheikh Rashid was talking POW and Adha POW and half about all that. They got
Bombs.
the nukes, tactical bombs he was talking about.
Right, right.
So what I mean to say is definitely nukes cannot be handled by this gentleman without American permission. But strategic force which he has created now, recently, where he has become the head of that strategic nuclear force, clearly
Right.
takes away the complete
Control of.
command and control which was there with the civil administration, or you can political administration, political people. Now it has come in the hands of
Military.
so-called CDF post. Yeah,
Right.
that's where we have to get worried, because he is basically a radicalized person.
Absolutely, Colonel Dinesh, it makes a lot of sense when you say that that is the cause of concern, that the military handling the nukes and not the civil government. Because on one hand, the civilian government obviously tends to say that, hey, look, we are ready for dialogue. And on the other, the person on the screen in the central frame is training terrorists and sending them to India, cross-border terrorism. So this a double talk from their side obviously is something that India needs to carefully tread on. Colonel Dinesh Nain, thank you so much. You spoke to One India Hindi, you spoke to One India English. We really appreciate your time and inputs here. Thank you so much for speaking to us once again.
Thank you.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.